U.S. stealth fighters dart through the skies and rockets blast imaginary foes in the northern Philippines as a 2-week combat drill involving 2,500 Philippine and U.S. Marines engaged in mock amphibious strikes and other coastal tactics draws to a close. The shootout exercise in a remote valley north of the capital, Manila, on Thursday was the culmination of a joint combat readiness maneuver codenamed KAMANDAG, the Tagalog acronym for Sea Soldier Cooperation, which ended on Friday, military officials said. Held in conjunction with combat drills between U.S. and Japanese forces on the northern Japanese island of Hokkaido, the Japanese drills involved an additional 3,000 military personnel, U.S. Marine Major General J. Bargeron said. Bargeron said the drills ensured that the U.S. was ready to respond quickly to crises across the Indo-Pacific. The Japan Ground Self-Defense Force said the exercise, named Resolute Dragon 22, was designed to strengthen response capabilities and contribute to strengthening a free and open Indo-Pacific. The U.S. Philippines exercises are the first large-scale military exercises between Washington and Manila under newly elected Philippine President Ferdinand Marcos Jr. Former Philippine President Rodrigo Duterte, as an outspoken critic of the U.S., has threatened to cut ties with Washington and opposes military exercises with U.S. troops that he says could offend Beijing. On display Thursday were the U.S. HIMARS, High Mobility Artillery Rocket System, rocket launcher, which recently helped Ukraine gain momentum in its war with Russia, and the U.S. F-35B supersonic fighter jet. Firing GPS-guided missiles, HIMARS is capable of hitting targets up to 300 kilometers, 186 miles, away, said U.S. Marine Lieutenant Colonel Kurt Stahl. Highly mobile and fast launching, HIMARS is difficult to spot for enemies and can quickly change position after firing to avoid retaliatory airstrikes, Stahl told the Associated Press news agency. The combat drills, however, come at a time when Washington and China have engaged in heated rhetoric over Taiwan's status and claims to islands and waters in the South China Sea. U.S. President Joe Biden said U.S. troops would defend Taiwan if Beijing tried to attack the self-governing island, which China has promised to reintegrate with the mainland and has threatened to use force if necessary to achieve its goals. Although China has claimed ownership of most of the South China Sea, the Philippines, Vietnam, Malaysia, Taiwan and Brunei also have overlapping claims on the busy waterway, through which an estimated $5 trillion worth of goods pass each year. In July, U.S. Secretary of State Antony Blinken asked China to comply with a 2016 arbitration award that invalidated Beijing's vast territorial claims in the South China Sea. The ruling was issued by a court set up in The Hague under the United Nations Convention on the Law of the Sea after the Philippine government brought China to arbitration in 2013 over Beijing's seizure of shoals off the northwest coast of the Philippines. China did not participate in the process and called the arbitration decision a sham. Blinken has also warned that Washington would be obligated to defend the Philippines under the 1951 U.S. Philippine Mutual Defense Treaty if Philippine troops, ships or aircraft were attacked in the disputed waters.